Hello and welcome back everyone to this Warcraft replay. This is going to be game 2 of this 2-game mini-series here on the Netease ladder. We have Foggy spawning in as the Blue Night Elf once again on the top left, and TBC spawning in as the Red Undead in the bottom right. Foggy able to win it out versus TBC. I don't know, I wouldn't say it was very one-sided. Both sides definitely lost a lot of units, but Foggy just somehow, with two fresh dragons, just quickly forced TBC to just GG out. So, yep, there's that. I'm not sure if we're gonna see them come in again, because TBC probably has learned his mistake and will, I don't know, just adjust accordingly. But yeah, other than the fact that I have seen it and we won't be seeing any chimeras later on, unfortunate, but oh well. It's going to be a Warden this time around. I actually didn't see this. I just looked at the army comps on the website and I actually forgot to look at the heroes. So Warden play here for Foggy, meanwhile DK for TBC BM. As it seems like maybe ghoul opening. It's not time yet to actually see if it is going to be, but oh, 4th ghoul has been queued up, so that is a sign of a ghoul opening here. Definitely needs to be extremely careful in mind of that Warden, because that could potentially be free kills for her. Yeah, interested to see the Warden. Turtle Rock is one of those maps where I guess you can go both ways, because there are decently numbered creep camps, so I guess the Warden could take advantage of that. But yeah, we'll have to see if it works. Wisp has spotted the spawn location of TBC, so at least he will know where he is. TBC on the other hand, I don't believe went for his own scouting, so he is currently clueless on where his opponent is right now. Halls of the Dead is just started. Meanwhile, Tree of Ages has not started just yet for Foggy. For some reason Foggy is supply block, but I think he just went for Moonwell cheese, Ancient War cheese, or something like that. I know it's something similar to like the spawning, or the double extractor cheese from StarCraft. So yeah, I imagine it was something like that. Oh wow, not something that would like to be seen if you are on TBC's side here. Taking advantage of the fact that the Death Knight went Unholy Aura. Shadow Strike just stole it from under his nose. Item as well, it seems like it's going to be +3 agility, so very bad start here for TBC BM. Is going to hopefully bounce back with that circlet, and I believe he gets level 2 here off of the remainder of this camp. But yeah, good hit start for the Warden. +3 agi also means +3 attack, as she is agility based. +3 protection from this Ogre Warrior camp, I believe. Not too useful, but I guess every little bit counts. Death Knight did hit level 2, is going to pick up Dust and might find himself a free archer here. Nope. Is just going to possibly look over for some leftovers. One is around and about and possibly could get a creepjack here. Nope, she moves a little too late.
Your building is complete.
But then again, probably wouldn't be able to get that since DK is already at level 2, so yeah, he does have access to Death Coil now. Huntress is coming out for Foggy, so it seems like either it's a full tier 1 focus or it's a delayed tier 2, transitioning to double Ancient of Laws after his Huntress play. Huntresses are getting surrounded, can go for a Shadow Meld, but of course the Dust was picked up earlier, and that is going to be a free Huntress for TBC, so nice pickup there. Warden also needs to be equally careful because she can gets surrounded herself. Just okay, I guess wasn't actually intending to surround the Warden. Instead wants to surround the Huntress, which he does yet again. Is going to try and break down that wall, which it seems like it is successful, and loses a couple of ghouls for that. Yeah, so TBC needs to be a little careful here, not to overextend, and especially with very low mana, it's kind of hard to keep up with the damage that the Warden puts out. You can see here that Foggy is actually holding on to 1 point, whether or not he wants Blink or Fan of Knives. I guess most of the time it would be Blink at this stage since he already picked Shadow Strike, and yeah, I'm pretty sure he is going to get Blink regardless. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's personal preference if you want Fan of Knives or Shadow Strike, but this time around it is going to be Shadow Strike. It is not rare to see players get the retrain and switch over to either or, mainly because situations call for it or not. Seeing as how he is on an undead matchup, Fan of Knives probably won't be too useful. Shadow Strike probably hits Crypt Fiends a lot harder than Fan of Knives anyway. Blink into a Shadow Strike on the Death Knight there is going to force the TP Staff, as the Troll Warlord is going to be safely secured by Foggy and pick up the Boots of Guathla, so +6 at agility here. That's just +6 attack, mainly for the Warden. Alright, so Death Knight with TP Staff. Have not seen anyone other than, I guess, the Demon Hunter use TP Staff, or the Archmage for that matter. Death Knight is definitely a weird one to see it on, but since he did burn that TP Scroll... actually, did he burn that TP Scroll? I don't think so. I think he went for the Cell first again, but I actually can't remember. I got confused with the last game already, so apologies on that. Expansion is very... As soon as I say that, expansion is now operational and is going to hopefully give a lot of money towards Foggy, who did definitely take advantage of that in the last game, able to build double Chimera Roosts into double Chimeras, and they were pretty much the winning factor for the Night Elf player. Lots of buying and selling for Foggy, as he accidentally picks up double boots, so maybe too much clicking there for him, as he sells his ring, his agi, his cloak, and I think that was it. But yeah, that was weird, picking up double boots. I think he didn't see the boots on the ground before he bought it, so that might have been it, but honestly that was a very clumsy mistake there from Foggy. Is going to take down the Ogre Lord regardless, pick up +2 agi and +12 attack, so honestly the best outcome that you could have hoped for if you are the Warden. And already at +18 for the Warden, so that is a lot of damage. Tinkerer comes out as the second hero of TBC, which is really odd. Not too often you see a non-orc player, non-Night Elf player actually pick up a Tinkerer for himself. Pocket Factory to try and harass the expansion. Not gonna do too much since the Ancient Protector actually was already established, so that factory gets taken down very quickly. I'm curious to see what the Tinkerer is actually going to do, aside from being free food for the Warden, who is already at level 5, which is astonishing pace. It's only like 9 minutes, but she's already at level 5. So level 3 Shadow Strike is going to be absolutely devastating. It doesn't seem like it is level 3 just yet, as she's actually holding onto a point. Lots of Huntresses and Archers actually being taken down in response, thanks to the Nova Coils of the undead heroes. And I'm not sure if it's going to be a expansion abandoned, but here comes another attempt at defending with mass Huntresses. The Warden is still a no-show. Oh, she is TPing right back into the fray here as she goes straight after the Tinkerer. Remember that it is only level 2 Shadow Strike as... Oh, she did learn a point, but I'm not sure if it's Blink or Shadow Strike. It is indeed going to be Shadow Strike, and the Tinkerer is going to fall. Meanwhile, the Huntresses are slowly being picked off by the Lich Ghoul and the Death Knight there. But the Warden with level 3 Shadow Strike hopefully will be able to do a lot of damage in return maybe. Huntresses doing a lot of AoE damage with that bounce, but not able to pick up any kills just yet. Expansion still up and running. And yeah, without much, I don't really see this expansion being forced to be destroyed. And here we go with another attempt at defense. Warden is moving probably to retrain it maybe? I don't know. Just a scroll of healing and an invuln, so she is going to stick with the Shadow Strike there.
Our sacred grove is being desecrated.
Oh wow, we're still double training on Huntresses, but I did just have a glimpse on that double Ancient of Lore being queued up there. Meat Wagon's also trying to apply some pressure onto this expansion. Wisps are forced to back off and try and repair, but yeah, needs to finish this off soon, otherwise lots of resources are going to be sunk for no reason. Here we go, going straight for that Death Knight there, as is already down to half health, is going to get popped with that health potion and is going to be forced to retreat there. Destroyer in the air, not much anti-air for the Night Elf player in fact, so all TBC needs to do is kite and make sure that Destroyer does all the work. A-Bomb is also on the ground as well, so he will be able to provide some decent tanking for the Undead army. Nice surround onto the Lich. He is going to Frost Armor himself, but of course Huntresses actually don't get affected by that, so that is mainly just for the Warden, who is very close to level 6. She is about 60% away from level 6, so that could be a pretty big power spike there, especially since we're only at still on Huntresses for Foggy, which is just baffling to me right now that he is still on Huntresses. But now that the Ancient Walls are completed, we should be seeing mass Dryads and possibly even Bears, but yeah, no tier 3 just yet, so not sure about the Bears. Double A-bombs, no Crypt Fiends from what I can see, but we do have double Slaughterhouse. A Sack Pit is also being placed down, so we might see some Frost Realms, I'm not sure. That might not happen if we don't see any Bears, but yeah, double A-bombs is a pretty good tank frontline for the Undead army. Too bad there's no real damaging units in the backline to take advantage of that tanking. Death Knight is going to be forced to TP scroll out, as he did get inflicted with the Shadow Strike there. Warden blinking around. Needs to be a little wary about that. That is only level 2 blink. I'm trying to remember the order honestly on blink. I think it's low cooldown first and then mana later, or it could just be mana reduction first and then cooldown later. I can't remember. It's been a long time since I actually played Warden, so yeah, there's that. Lots of Huntresses out, lots of Dryads as well, so we're definitely good on anti-air and anti-ground. Meat Wagon just did not choose a right place to actually start attacking, and will be punished for that. Ogre Lord on the bottom left is going to be taken down. Warden is around and about, but Shadow Strike was on cooldown since it was just placed onto that Death Knight who did reach level 4. Helmet of Valor has been picked up, and that is +4 strength and agility. And here we go, lots of Huntresses finding a lot of juicy targets to bounce their glaives at. Dryad slowly being taken down by that Lich. Orb of Corruption is doing work and wonders. Level 6 Warden has been gained, as she did blink out a bit from that bit of damage there. TP scroll is being channeled, and Foggy is gonna choose to retreat, as yeah, I guess he just didn't like to pick that fight despite being about 10 supply ahead. I guess the Warden taking a lot of damage was just something that he was a little scared of, but now that he has level 6, he has the Avatar, and the Avatar will be able to take advantage of those corpses that were just left behind a little while ago. And here we go, re-engage here. Statue is going to get taken down unless it turns into a destroyer, as a lot of damage going down onto that Lich, who immediately gets taken down at, I believe, level 3. No death coils there from the Death Knight. I think he was a little too preoccupied on trying to live himself, and yeah, had to leave his friend behind. Helmet of Valor is going to be sold for just an extra bit of gold, and I believe the Lich will just be revived through the tavern. Frost Realms have indeed been queued up here. Oh, Panda comes out as a second hero and does not get punished for his mispositioning there. Frost Realms are interesting. I guess they do deal with those Huntresses, but I think eventually we will go just pure Dryads, I think. There's no bears to actually take advantage of those Frost Realms either, so once these Huntresses go, I don't know how well those Frost Realms will contribute. But we'll see. You can notice the difference in excitement I have between Chimeras and Frost Realms. Frost Realms I've seen so many times, Chimeras not so much, so you can understand why I have such different opinions, I guess. But either way, Warden going for some Acolyte harassment here. Definitely good time to do so, since yeah, I mean, the gold mines are at this point very valuable, especially for TBC who only has one, and yeah, started producing Frost Realms is very costly, so able to go after that gold line is even more important. As you can see, I believe the Warden just retrained into Phantom Knives, as she is just spamming it right now, doing a lot of damage to the A-bombs and the Frost Realms as well. Not really killing too much, but he is getting those units very low health. Not enough mana for another one, but she does have a mana pot which we will use immediately, and yet again Death Knight is being forced to death coil the Lich back to full health. Tinkerer can't actually get that luxury, will just be given the TP scroll instead, and that will be the undead army retreating once again. I mean, trades are pretty even, but TBC is the one forced to TP scroll all the time, so eventually it's going to cost him greatly. And since the early gold harassment there, it is hurting him a lot more than usual. Army supplies 67 for Foggy, 53 for TBC, and of course you really can't measure the Avatar itself, so heavily in Foggy's favor right now. I'm not sure if TBC can even pull this off. I'm not sure what the Tinkerer has exactly done so far this game. He is definitely a mystery. I didn't see cluster rockets. I guess he has his upgrade ability, but his Pocket Factory doesn't get allowed to go the full duration, so yeah, really, Tinkerer versus a Naga or a Dark Ranger is a little bit baffling to me, especially since Tinkerer can't get healed up, so it's just even more weird. Oh, we do see some bears popping out for Foggy, so maybe those Frost Realms might pay off soon. They just have to be extremely careful about the 8 or so Dryads on the ground. I think it's 8. It's only 6 actually. Never mind, I miscounted. But yeah, 70 supply for Foggy versus 53, so yeah, the gap is ever so widening here, and could be a bit of a disaster run for TBC if he does not find his groove soon. But yeah, once again, Warden going for some harassment here. Warden is going to place down the Avatar, and the Avatar is going to take advantage of that Graveyard's corpse generation there. Going after the gold mine, which only 1600 gold left, so taking this one down could be really annoying, because he has to pay for more gold to repair it or rebuild it, and that is definitely a pain. Tinkerer comes out and is going to be forced to health pot it up. I mean, I don't know why he actually came by himself so early on. but he is going to be met with death. Avatar is also going to get killed off as well, but Avatar in trade for a Tinkerer, I guess, is very much well worth it for Foggy. No upgrades whatsoever for Foggy, but yeah, I'm not sure if TBC is actually going for upgrades either. It doesn't look like it, so I guess we're even on that part. Yikes, 80 versus 51, that is almost a 30 supply difference. And we can see it, the huge white blob on the minimap is definitely a lot bigger than the red blob, and we don't have that many units out for TBC, no Crypt Fiends whatsoever, a lot of statues and a destroy in the air, but no Crypt Fiends, so that is really weird.
Our warriors have engaged the enemy.
Another Frost Nova hitting the bulk of those bears, but yikes, the main bulk of damage is indeed that Frost Rain. We can see how much health that bear actually took, and yeah, Lich is able to finish him off there. Panda going for another Breath of Fire. Another Phantom Lives from the Warden, who will be reaching level 7 very soon. A-Bomb bites the dust there as the Huntresses continue their chase. And yeah, this is not looking good for TBC. I really can't imagine him winning this one. As another not Breath of Fire, Phantom Lives go out. Didn't really hit too much. And yeah, I guess at this point Warden needs to be a little careful on her mana usage. Panda is at level 3, so not too powerful under Breath of Fires just yet, as the expansion once again gets attacked. I'm not sure if TBC can actually maintain the siege, as yeah, he doesn't really have much to fight with. I don't think has any TP scroll whatsoever, so this could be his final fight here. His destroyers haven't really consumed much of anything really, so they haven't been able to toss any orbs at all. Pocket Factory is being placed down, but those Dryads are making quick work out of that factory very soon. Death Coil being used offensively? Or did it hit the destroyer? I have actually no idea, but Panda gets taken down level 3, so that is a good start, but the Death Knight is taking quite a bit of damage. Warden is, she has Phantom Knives, so Shadow Strike can't actually assassinate directly. Tinkerer is going to follow suit there. Death Knight has no mana for a Death Coil, so he will not be able to save the Lich or his Frostworm. Oh, actually no, he did have mana. Okay, so he doesn't have mana for his Frostworm, but yeah, he will be able to save his Lich momentarily. Slow Poisons, not as effective as Naga's Frost Arrow, so Lich will be able to run away with the Boots of Speed. Yeah, interestingly enough, the Warden doesn't have an orb, so she can't actually attack those Frostworms herself. I honestly was expecting an orb at this point in the game, but yeah, not so much. Expansion on top right, just even more extending his lead. I'm not sure if TBC is even wanting to go for an expansion, if he just wants to go and unsummon and go for an all-in. It's probably most likely. You can see our Foggy going straight after this gold mine, thinking that his opponent expanded by this point, but yeah, not really. TBC is going for an all-in, reviving the Tinkerer, and then we'll probably go in for one last hope. Yikes, Foggy is expanding everywhere. Moved his Tree of Eternity over to this gold mine, and right now he is mining off of 3 gold mines, which is probably more than he needs, but just whatever to take advantage of your lead. Black Citadel, Graveyard, Slaughterhouse is being unsummoned, just for more Frostrooms than A-Bombs, I believe. But yeah, even if he produced those units, he is still about 15 to 20 supply down, so yeah, that is still a bad sign for the undead player. Acolytes, not sure how useful these guys are going to be. And yeah, just if both sides preparing for the final fight, Double Ancient of Wars have been uprooted to join the fight. So even more tankiness on the front lines for the Night Elf player. Bears are going to rejuvenate the last bit of low hit point units, and here comes the final fight. 74 versus 48, definitely not a fight that I would be wanting if I was the 48 person. But TBC is intentionally avoiding his opponent and going straight after the entangled gold mine. Pocket Factory has to be placed down so that without any contention we'll be able to pop down some goblins a lot more, except they are quickly being abolished, so there's that. Avatar gets placed down, but no corpses just yet. Warden going right for the backline there with a Fan of Knives, instantly getting Novid and Death Coiled back to low health. Farstrom's able to make quick work out of those bears, but those worms need to be careful of those Dryad spears there. Another blink into Fan of Knives from the Warden once again, but no real units in kill range as the A-Bomb gets Death Coiled back to full health. Lich, I guess, was the only exception of being kill range, so the Lich gets taken down so early on. Death Knight, not much mana left, as he is just gonna go for the GG, as yeah, there was pretty much no point continuing, and that is gonna be another pretty solidly played game by Foggy. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this these two games, and I will see you guys again whenever.